These are the exact flower arrangements and systems that I use to consistently sell out and maximize my revenue selling at farmers markets, even in the early spring when flowers are limited. In this video, I'm going to show you how I strategically stretch my limited flower inventory in early spring, how I build bouquets efficiently, and how to create a farmers market display that actually attracts customers and generates sales. In early spring on my flower farm, flowers are pretty limited, so instead of creating 3 to 5 full-size bouquets and only selling that to a few customers, I maximize my customer base and I maximize my revenue by creating multiple, maybe 15 to 20 smaller bud vases. Not only do these small bud vases maximize my revenue during the early season when I have limited flowers, they're also just a great product in general at the farmer's market. People love these as a grab-and-go gift, they're easy to transport, and they're practical. By using these premium decorative bud vases and arranging my flowers into them, I utilize less of my flower stems, create more products, and I keep the value of the products high because I'm using these premium vases instead of just wrapping them up in rubber bands like I do for my typical market bunches in the summer. Now I'm going to show you exactly how easy it is to put these bud vases together. You're first going to want to lay out your flowers, organize them nicely, just like this, so it's easy to make these bud vases. Now the first step is to fill up your bud vase with water, and then you're going to go in with some greenery. Now here I am using mint as my greenery. This is spearmint. I just have it in my backyard. It does spread pretty quickly, but I have it in a controlled space, so it's not a problem for me. When you're putting your greenery in, you just want to lay a foundation, kind of like a pillow for the rest of your flowers that you're going to add. Following the greenery, here I am adding some salvia. This is going to add a vertical element to the bouquet. Now this can be any filler pretty much, but right now salvia is what I have in stock. You could also use feverfew, yarrow. The point is you want to add height to your bouquet. You want your total bouquet to be about 2 times the height of your bud vase, just to make it look more balanced. When I'm adding this salvia here, I'm making sure that it's at various different heights, just so it doesn't all look like one square blocky bouquet. Next, we're going to add our focal flowers. Here I have ranunculus from my greenhouse. This is what's really going to draw the eye to the bouquet. This is why the customers are going to buy, so you want to get these right. The focal flowers are the biggest flowers, the brightest flowers, and that's why they are the focus of the bud vase. Now you want to put these in at different heights, just like the salvia. You want to create height with your bouquets. You want one very tall, just as tall as the salvia, or as tall as your tallest filler, and then you want one in the middle, and you want one at the bottom at the very minimum. Typical bud vases have about 3 focal flowers. In mine, I tend to go towards about 5 just to make it look more full. Now the final element that I'm adding here is these little coreopsis blooms. This is just a perennial that I had around and I figured they would add a nice pop of color. So I'm just adding 1 or 2 of these to each. And then finally, I'm just going to kind of arrange this how I want it now that all the flowers are in the right places. Your main goal here is to create a balanced arrangement and kind of have that height to it where one flower is shorter, one is in the middle, and then one extends to the top of the arrangement. Once you're done arranging, you've officially made your first bud vase. You don't have to have crazy floral skills and it doesn't have to be perfect. Now these bud vases are already super simple to make, but I make this system even more efficient by using an assembly line style to create over 10 bud vases at once. Creating efficient systems when you're putting these bouquets together and on your flower farm in general is the best way to maximize your profits on your flower farm and minimize the amount of labor you have to put in to get those profits. All you're going to do is lay out your bud vases, every single one that you want to be made, and repeat the exact same process step by step as you would if you were making one single bud vase. So as you can see in this video, I'm just putting the mint in just like before, but I'm doing it 1 vase at a time. By laying out all these jars at once and doing each of the steps one by one, it really saves me a lot more time than if I was just doing each individual bud vase. Now here you're going to see the exact system that I use to kind of create an assembly line style when I'm making bud vases. These bud vases come together very quickly when you do it in this way, and they still look just as good as making them one at a time. Creating efficiency on your farm is the #1 way to reduce your labor hours, and that's going to skyrocket your profit margins when you factor in the labor cost. After evenly dispersing these flowers into the bud vases, ensuring there's some height within the arrangements, and making final adjustments, I finally have made over 10 bud vases at once. Like I said before, you don't have to follow crazy florist rules and guidelines to make these look good to the eyes of a customer at a farmer's market. This is not professional arranging, this is simple market sales. Now that you know how to make these bud vases, put them together, and make your systems more efficient, it's finally time to sell them at the farmer's market. Now you could just go to the farmer's market and put these bud vases on the table and they'd probably sell. But if you want to sell out every farmer's market, you want to guarantee those sales and give your bud vases the best chance possible to find customers and make you money, you're going to want to put in some other display tactics within your farmer's market booth. You want your stand to stand out from the others. You want people to recognize you. So the best way I've seen to do this is to create height in your displays. I make sure there's height in my display by using 3-tiered shelves to display my bud vases on. You also want to make your farmer's market stand feel full. I do this by incorporating other products into my farmer's market stand, such as hanging baskets, microgreens, garden seedlings, and ornamental plants. This makes your stand feel full and inviting to farmers market customers. It's also extremely important to make your pricing clear on signage. So once you figure out the pricing for your bouquets or your bud vases, any product at your farmers market stand, you're going to want to make that pricing clear, because that is the first thing the customer is going to ask whenever they see your product. They're going to wonder how much it costs. And if you can just give that information to them, it's going to make the transaction much quicker and much easier for you. I've been flower farming for 5 years now, and I have made a lot of mistakes. In fact, I am still making mistakes now in my 5th year of flower farming. But I've learned so much, and I put everything that I know, everything that I wish I knew my first year, into a full backyard flower farm blueprint ebook. There's also a paperback version on Amazon. I'm going to link both of those in the description if you're interested. If you've enjoyed this video, please be sure to like and subscribe. That's going to let YouTube know to give you more of this free flower farming content, and you're going to get a lot of value at 0 cost. So be sure to go down and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.